But moving on, we have Ekimiebi Esiri. She is joining us this morning on parenting. Now, she is a seasoned teacher, educational consultant, and parenting educator. Today, she will be shedding some light on understanding child development when it comes to parenting. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Before we came live, we're talking to my colleague, MM, as she was sharing her experience. So I feel like we should tailor our conversation to child development from toddler stage or early beginners to school. Okay. But let's have an overview of child development before we delve into it.
Okay, child development or human development has to do with the processes that the human being or the individual goes through as he grows from beginning of life. Yes. You understand? In fact, it actually begins from prenatal development. You know, yes, prenatal development. Yeah. So now we're looking at, you're talking about why child development? Yes. Why should we as parents have an understanding of child development? For me, that is very critical because if we do not have a basic understanding of child development, our expectations of child's behavior may be overboard. And so that will lead to frustration for both parents and the child. Yes. Now, in child development, you have various aspects of development. Yes. We're social beings, so there's social development, there's spiritual development. We're emotional beings, there's emotional development, there's physical development, intellectual development, language development. Various areas or domains of development has also various needs. Yes. And so as parents, when we are aware of the various areas of development and the needs, will be able to aid the child's development more properly with information. And you know information is power.
Yes. Yes. Now, with child development, well, most parents, or I would say parents in this part of the world, focus on the intellectual and educational side. Yes. What would you say is the, let's say, the top 5 that a parent should focus on, aside intellectual and education? What are the top 5 areas that parents...
Every area of development is critical.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Like I said, we're physical beings, emotional beings, spiritual beings. So every area of development must be looked into. And you see, the thing is that all the areas of development are related. Yeah. So if a child suffering in a particular area, it affects the other areas. True. And so that's why we must meet all the areas of development. So with physical development, emotional development, intellectual development, spiritual development, psychological development, every area, the needs must be met. So you said in Nigeria, you know, we focus more on intellectual because we're so into education. Yes, my child must pass. My child must be on the top list. It's very important. Yes. But you see, if a child is socially deprived, it will affect his emotions. And that can affect performance in school. If a child does not have self-esteem, it will affect his performance in school. What is the use of having a child who is cerebral, but cannot stand on his own in society amongst his peers? Very true. You know, so all these areas have to be met. Yeah, so they are all important.
Now, would you say there are different points in a child's life or up until teenagehood that these different areas of development should be focused on? Like, for example, now my colleague MM was saying how she found it difficult to get her toddler to do her assignments at some point. So I'm just thinking off the top of my head, is there a point in a child's life that at this point, at this age to this age, this is the best time to develop them in their emotions, or this is the best time to develop them physically or language-wise, or do you go with everything at the same time?
Now, there are stages of development, okay? We are from 0 to 6, that's a particular stage. 6 to 12, 12 to 18, 18 to 24. And at 24, we say this child is an adult. Okay, so the foundation of human development is actually the time from birth, 0 to 6. That is very critical because that's when you have rapid brain development. That's when the child is trying to understand the environment, acquiring culture. By culture, I mean the way we do things. So at that age, it's very important. That's the foundation. It's like when you want to build a house, you first of all lay a foundation. Most people don't see the foundation.
They don't.
You understand? But that is it's on that structure that the individual starts. That age is very important. That's when the child develops his self-esteem. The individual that he becomes, as he's constructing himself, is in that age. By the time a child is 3 years, he already understands language. But we don't teach a child how to speak language, but he just acquires it from the environment. So children acquire everything. The way we behave, our attitude, the other day we were talking about respect.
Yes.
In terms of respect, they are acquiring without direct teaching.
Yeah.
So this age, that toddler age is very important. Now, 0 to 3 is a critical age.
Okay.
Very, very important. You know, most times because we don't see that development taking place, we only see the physical development.
Yes.
The child is growing. But you see, the formation of the man, the individual the child becomes, is at that critical age.
Okay.
You know, so we need to put in our best. And it comes through knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, it comes through knowledge. So parents should avail themselves of knowledge that is available. Okay. For example, at 0 to 3, I'm a Montessorian. We believe that the child has what is called the absorbent mind. Okay. So he absorbs every element within the environment effortlessly. That's the time to teach children a lot of things. Okay. At that age, a child can understand 3, 4, 5 languages. Wow. Without being taught, but as an adult, you take a lot of effort. Yes. So children have the capacity to learn so much. Okay. So much. But our expectations must be at par with the child's age. Ooh. That's so that we don't put the child under pressure and we don't get frustrated. Yes. Like what was saying, she expected the child, she said that the child can recite 1 to 10, but cannot identify a number, mixes it up. That is how children develop. And reciting 1 to 10 is very easy. That is not knowledge. Knowledge takes place when a child can identify the number with concrete materials. For example, I say, if the child knows how to recite 1 to 10, we get excited about it. But now put certain objects. Say, give me 5 pencils. And the child is looking at you like, what are you talking about? Knowledge has not really taken place. It's memorization has taken place.
This is really insightful. And I'm hoping that we do continue this conversation next week because there's so much to learn. But I am sure that you have learned the pivotal points in this conversation, most especially what your children need to learn from 0 to 6, 6 to 12, and 12 to 18 and 18 to 24. You definitely want to stay tuned, or you can catch up with this on our YouTube channel, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and come back for more next week. We will be going on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. Do not go anywhere.